So today we're going to solve systems of equations by substitution. So this is a continuation of what you did on Monday and Tuesday, right? We're just going to practice some problems, right? Practice our equation solving skills. And I have my Desmos graphing here because we want to check our work when we're done, right? So you know that 2 times x plus 8 times y is 20, right? And you know that y is 2. So this right here, well, half the work is done for you because you know your y value is 2. Okay, so now we need to find x. So what we'll do is we will substitute for y in the equation. So instead of y, we write 2. Right? Now we simplify. So this is 2x plus 16 equals 20. So now we go ahead and solve this equation. Okay, we're trying to isolate the variable. We're trying to isolate x. So we need to do the inverse, which is minus 16, and do it to both sides. So 2x is equal to 16. I'm sorry, 2x is equal to 4. Whoops. Right, 20 minus 16 is 4. So divide by 2, divide by 2. So x is equal to 2. What a coincidence. So this means that when you graph these two lines, they should intersect at the point 2, 2. All right. So for this value of y, okay, and that value of x, these will be equal. So let's see if that's the case. All right, so my first one, I'm going to put in 2x plus 8y equals 20. So that's one line. And then my second line is y equals 2. Let's see, where do they intersect? Look, we're correct, 2, 2, right? So these are different methods of doing the same thing. So you can use the graphing calculator to check to see whether you're correct. So my advice to you is you've had some practice with this, right? I'm going to do about up until number 4, right? My advice would be for you to try to do it yourself, pause the video, then come back and check the answers. This is practice for you. So don't just watch the video. Try these problems and then come back and check your answers. All right, so here, if x is 5, right, that right there also, pretty easy. We know one of the answers right off. We don't even have to find that. Okay, so x is 5. So in place of x in the other equation, we're going to substitute 5. So then this leaves us with the ideal situation where we only have one variable that we need to figure out. So 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus y is 10. To solve for y, we're going to need to minus 10 on both sides. So that means y is 0. So for this system of equation, all right, whenever x is 5, y must be 0, and this is how you will find a solution, right? This is how they'll be equal. So let's try. Okay. So x is 5. 2x plus y equals 10. Right? So look right here, 5, 0. That is the point at which they meet. All right, so you can use that to keep checking as you go along. Okay. So number 3, it's not as easy as number 1 and 2 because you don't have an actual value for x or y, right? You only know x in terms of y or y in terms of x. Okay, so there's a little bit more work involved, but it's the same idea, right? The very first thing you need to do is isolate one variable, and that's been done for you, okay, because y is equal to 2x. So y has been isolated. So you do the same thing we did before. So 5x minus 2, but in place of y, I'm going to put what I know y is, and y is 2x. And then I keep the rest of the equation the same. Okay. So now we have what we need. We can only solve the equation when we have one variable throughout the equation, right? So it's all in terms of x now, so we can find x. So we have 5x minus 4x is equal to 3, right? So 5x minus 4x, we simplify that. They're on the same side. That gives us 1x equals 3. So there is our answer for x. So we know x. X is 3. How do we find y? Well, we know that y is 2 times whatever x is, and we just found out that x is 3. So therefore, if x is 3, which we already know, right, then y is equal to 2 times 3, which is 6. So same idea. We don't know x outright. We don't have a number for x, but we know x in terms of y. So we'll do the same thing. 2y plus, but in place of x, we're going to put 3y, and that is equal to negative 15. Okay, so let us simplify, and we get 5y equals negative 15. Okay, so to solve this equation, you're going to divide by 5 on both sides. So y is equal to negative 3. All right, so y is negative 3. So these two lines, okay, meet at, we'll know the y value. So now we need to find the x. So we know that if y is negative 3, then x is equal to 3 times negative 3, which is negative 9. All right, so number 5. Same idea. If you're going to use substitution, you need to at first isolate a variable, and that was very helpful. One of them is already isolated. The y is isolated. So because of that, we are going to substitute y into that equation. So we know 4x plus 7 times y, which is x plus 9, is equal to 19. So therefore, 4x plus, now we're going to have to distribute 7x. 9 times 7 is 63, right? Equals 19. So now let's solve this equation. So we have 11x plus 63 equals 19. In order to solve, we're going to have to minus 63 from both sides, right? So 19 minus 63 is negative 44. So 11x is equal to negative 44. Divide by 11, divide by 11. X is equal to negative 4. All right? So if x is negative 4, all right, then y is equal to negative 4 plus 9. Okay, negative 4 plus 9 is 5. All right, which gives us negative 4, 5. All right, so let's look at another problem. Same idea. First, you need to isolate one of the variables, which we did, and we're going to substitute it in the next equation. Okay, so two times 6x plus 11 minus 4x equals 14. All right, we're going to need to go ahead and distribute. So 12x plus 22 minus 4x is equal to 14. Alrighty, so now we're going to need to combine our like terms. We have our 12x, our minus 4x, so that gives us 8x plus 22 equals to 14. Right? Minus 22 minus 22, 8x is equal to negative 8. Divide by 8, divide by 8, x is equal to negative 1. Right? So our x value is going to be negative 1. So now, could go ahead, because we know that if x is negative 1, all right, then y is going to be equal to 6 times negative 1 plus 11. 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. Negative 6 plus 11 is 5.